What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest ZenX OS on this device. And I would say this is a really great ROM, but it has some flaws. I'll talk about them. And as you can see, this is the ZenX version 2.2 and it says hotfix because the earlier build of this ROM had some bugs, I guess, in terms of the front camera. So yeah, this build is actually a fix to that and it has become a little more stable, but still it has some flaws here and there. And this build is of course based on Android 11 and the build date here is 3rd of March 2021. And you can download it from right here. And by the way, this build includes the GApps itself in the ROM file. And we have the support groups over here, which I'll link in the description box. Also, you can donate to the developers from here. Please sit tight, relax, because this is gonna be a very long video because of the features of this ROM. Let me show you the about section. In terms of the ZenX OS version, as you can see here is how it looks like. And there is the ZenX OS logo up there and it says developed for excellence, and the ZenX OS version is 2.2 again. The vendor security patch is December 1st of 2020 and the Android security patch here is February 5th, 2021. Not quite March yet, and the maintainer, it says unofficial maintainer. And here we have the ZenX device over here, which is Rafael or Redmi K20 Pro, of course. The build status is official over here, and the ZenX variant, it says GApps included version. And I think there could be another like without GApps version, but I have flashed the GApps included version over here. The stock kernel is perf G kernel, and if you want to flash this ROM, you can click on the card right there. And by the way, this is a MIUI vendor based ROM, not a OS's vendor based ROM or something. And inside the Android version, this is how it looks like. We have the Android version as 11, of course, as you are noticing. And we have the ZenX API level. In the system settings, this is how it looks like. We do not have any system updater, but we do have the system profiles, and there is the pop-up camera settings. By the way, there are all these sounds for the pop-up camera, as you are noticing, including the Star Wars ones and the Super Mario one. Let me go back. We have the default keyboard as Gboard over here, of course. Let me quickly show you the home screen. This is how the home screen looks like. And let me actually go into the settings and let me show you which launcher is this. As you can see, it says Zeus launcher over here. And if you notice the settings, pretty much a really customizable launcher, I would say, over here. And we have the notification dots, then we have the allow edit option, then we have allow home screen rotation. Also, you can change the icon packs, I forgot to mention, and show Google app option is enabled by default. Then there is the hidden and protected apps, and of course with that I have hidden couple of apps or protected them. I'll show that to you later on, which you can unlock with the fingerprint scanner, of course. And you can disable the suggestions. Then we have the swipe down gesture, the double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen gesture, and we have the developer option and show icon labels and stuff on the home screen. These things are there. Now talking about the stock launcher, again we have the Google Discover page to the left of the home screen, and swiping down anywhere in the home screen gets you to the notification or the quick settings panel. Looks cool, I would say, in my opinion. And if you scroll up over here from the bottom, as you can see, we have the like app drawer, pretty much no issues with that. And the widgets and stuff in the home screen is working totally fine. And this is how the default wallpaper looks like. It says ZenX OS over here, and then it says developed for excellence again. And here the good thing is this ROM comes with default ANX camera. That is great. And by the way, talking about the version of the ANX camera, this is the version 185, not actually the 185R, but yeah, this actually works. Let me show you. As you can see, this is how it's working, and we have the like wide angle lens working, then the telephoto lens also working, and also the front camera and stuff, everything is working as you are noticing flawlessly. I never had any issues with the front camera not opening or something. So yeah, no issues with the front camera. Also, if you go into the video settings, there is the 4K 60 FPS option. So pretty much no issues with the ANX camera. And even if you switch to the portrait mode, as you can see, the portrait mode also is working. No issues with the portrait mode either. And if I switch to the front, and as you can see, portrait mode is actually working. No issues so far with the portrait mode, I would say, even with the front camera or the rear camera as well. And slow motion and stuff should be working fine with this. So that's great that we get the ANX camera by default over here. Also, there is a Google camera. Let me show you. This is the Google camera that you get by default over here. So there are two cameras present over here by default. Also with this Google camera, there is this a little bit of like 2x zoom, of course, and night sight and stuff should be working fine. And even with this Google camera, the front camera should be working fine, as you are noticing. So yeah, you can take like pretty much every kind of photo over here with the cameras present by default over here. Also, I have installed the Unix version of Google camera, that too is working with night sight and all the telephoto and wide angle lenses. So in terms of the camera situation, this ROM is great. Right now, let me talk about the problem that I have been facing on this ROM. Well, I would say the brightness of the screen is like what goes bonkers on this ROM as of right now, at least as of this 3rd March 2021 build. Let me demonstrate that. And if I increase this bar over here, the brightness slider bar, as you can see, the screen is completely flickering. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let me actually go to the like kind of a white kind of background, and as you can see, if you're noticing, this is like intense amount of flickering and this continuously happens, and the brightness slider is not that like helpful. Let me show you. This is the full brightness and this is the mid brightness. Do you think this is the mid brightness? And from here, as you can see, it just goes too dark over here sometimes, then sometimes it goes like weird way. Pretty much I would say this is not like consistent. So the brightness slider is buggy over here, not gonna lie. Now talking about the other thing, that is the like whenever you're locking the device, like double tap to sleep anywhere in the home screen and it locks the device, and this brightness of the always on display, this is just too bright. Like you can't even see these colors because of the ISO of my camera. Let me just decrease the ISO of my camera so that I can show you. Right now, as you are noticing, this is the like color over here that you get. So yeah, I would say this is a little weird that this much of the brightness difference happens over here. And as soon as I unlock, let me show you. Right now, as you can see, the screen has become perfectly normal. And if I put the ISO to 400 as usual, as you can see right now, the brightness is, I think, fine. So yeah, this is how it is as of right now with the brightness situation. Also, whenever you are opening some app and you have like locked that particular app, as you can see, the screen brightness again just goes bonkers, and this is how it looks like. Let me actually show you up close, and let me, okay, so I think right now you can see, so this is how it looks over here, and the screen is pretty much too bright right now. And if I tap the fingerprint scanner, the app opens, but then again the brightness like becomes to the normal or goes to the normal. But again, if you are opening any kind of app that has that like app lock, as you can see, again the screen brightness just increases to the fullest. So this is the bug that I have been facing. Right now, let me show you the quick settings panel over here, and this is how it looks again. And we have all these options that I have added. Let me show you. We have also this camera option with which you can like open any camera app over here. So that's great. Other than that, we have the DC dimming mode, then the always on display. Also, we have the reboot toggle. With that, you can switch to like reboot to recovery or fast boot from here. And as you can see, whenever you're tapping on something, this toggle like does this kind of animation. Looks cool, I would say. And we have the screen recorder with which you can record the device audio and the microphone audio at the same time. So yeah, this is the Android 11 stock screen recorder. And then we have the gaming mode toggle, but if I tap and hold it, sometimes it just doesn't open or force closes. So yeah, that's just like how it is. And we have the system theme selection option, so you can switch to pitch black or something from here directly. So that's great. But in my opinion, the quick settings panel looks pretty dope, and this internet speed meter, whatever you are noticing, this is a particular app that I use. It won't be there for you. And here, let me just go into the settings, and this is how the settings panel looks like. And we have the ZenHub where you get all the customizations, of course. And if I jump into it, we have the status bar option, and all these options are for the customization, of course. So let me show you one by one. Inside status bar, we have the status bar traffic indicator, and we have the carrier label customization. Then we have the clock style. You can choose the position of the clock on the status bar, and we have the clock options. So from here you can enable seconds, then the date, AM, PM, everything else. And we have the battery options, and from here you have all these battery icons but no big dotted circle or something. And you can enable the battery percentage inside the icon or next to the icon. And we have the battery bar too if you're someone who uses that. Battery percentage when charging does show up over here, no issues with that. And we also have the tap to sleep or the double tap to sleep over here, and the brightness control feature is there. So if you like scroll on the status bar, it is supposed to work, but right now I would say this is kind of buggy, so that's why it's like not that great, I would say. So yeah, let's just leave it. And we have the quick pull down option. Then we have smart pull down. Then we have the logo option. This is the status bar logo, I think. And this is how the default one looks from here. And the logo style you can change to like all these options. There is a ZenX, Android, Apple, iOS, or like and Google and stuff. All of these things are there. So if you want to enable a custom logo, you can. And we have the show notification count, then the Bluetooth battery stats, and 4G icon is there. Then we have the VoLTE icon, and we have all these like kind of VoLTE icon over here. So a lot of options for the VoLTE itself. And there is the VO Wi-Fi icon, you can enable that too. And we have the VO Wi-Fi selection option, so that's great. And also we have the status bar items. From here you can choose the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons, whatever you want to enable. And we have the quick settings option. Then we have column and row number customization. Then we have panel background, so you can change the background opacity of the quick setting panel. That's great. And we have a custom header image setting option, of course. And we have the show media divider option, and we have the color mode and stuff for that. And then we have the quick setting toggle style, and there are plethora of quick setting toggle styles that you can choose from. So you can change the look of the whole UI pretty much to amazing ways. At this point, I would say this is just too much. And then we have the brightness slider style, so that is great. Let me change it to meme round over here, and as you can see right now this looks like this, or you can change it to anything else like this meme stroke and stuff. So yeah, a lot of options. As you can see, the brightness slider has changed again. Plethora of customizations. We have the brightness slider kind of settings, and from here you have these quick setting brightness slider icon, then quick setting brightness slider, you can disable that, or auto brightness icon, you can enable that. Brightness control buttons and stuff you can enable. So again, we have the tile title disabling option, then quick setting label tint over here, and then we have the clock option for the quick setting panel itself, and all these quick setting battery and stuff, vibrate on toggle touch. Then we have these footer items over here. So again, a lot of things over here, like the network traffic also shows up over here in the quick settings, and it says this ZenX over here, of course you can see. So yeah, this is like insane amount of customizations everywhere. In the notification panel, we have the battery light customization, and we have the notification light option. Heads up you can disable, and we have the in-call vibration options. Then we have notification sound and stuff. Then notification headers is there. Let me go back. We have the lock screen option. The ambient display option is there. So always on and stuff, everything is working fine. No issues with that. And we have this ambient AOD customization. I don't know what it does. There is the ambient text and stuff. And we have the music ticker and stuff over here. Let me go back. We have the pulse option. And from here you can have those like nav bar pulse, I guess, or lock screen pulse. So pulse everywhere. Also there is the lava lamp speed and stuff. Let me go back, and we have the media artwork. Like in the customization section, if I go into it, I would say I get lost sometimes over here. And we have the blur wallpapers level and stuff. And then there is a clock picker. Well, this is the always on displays clock. And if you're noticing the amount of the clocks that are present by default over here, I would say it's just insane at this point. And let me show you one by one. I just showed you the like color cycle over here, but let me show you the other ones. This is the Tux one, looks pretty cool, I would say. This is the ZenX one. This is the bubble one, does this kind of cool animation. And this is the rainbow cycle, looks pretty cool, and it does this animation for forever. And then again, the brightness is too much on the lock screen, or the always on display, I mean. So yeah, this is like too bright, but yeah, this is how it looks. But if you put your phone like upside down over here like this, like face down, I would say it won't be a problem, because if you have pocket detection enabled, your lock screen will just go black over here. Whenever you're taking the phone on your hand again, then only like it will appear over here on the always on display. So yeah, and this is the sunset one. Then we have this lighthouse option. This is called the lonely wolf. And this is a bird, looks like a Twitter logo or something. Then there is this city circle. And this is another one, I forgot the name. Now this is the blue circle. This is the explosion circle. This is just a loading animation, looks like some kind of Google animation. This is called swing animation. And then there are more of these animations like this analog, spectrum, etc. But I would say you can see pretty much a lot of options are there, and you can choose from all of these, and these are the basic ones, I would say. But mostly I have shown you the unique ones over here. The always on display looks great over here on this ROM. And I have been using it with the color cycle, and the rainbow cycle looks great in the always on display in my opinion. It will grab a lot of eyes if you're like putting your phone in a desk in a public place or something, pretty much I would say. Right now, let me show you, there is also the clock style, so you can increase the font size and stuff. Then you have the hour accent color and stuff, which I have enabled. That's the reason why in the lock screen, as you're noticing, the clock's hour is like on the accent color, which is blue. And then there is the date and the weather and stuff. And with this, you have pretty much seen the fingerprint scanner speed. So I'm not going to show you the fingerprint scanner speed separately. And we have the coloring option over here. You can change all these colors, then the lock screen weather, and we have the transparent notification, etc. Then we have double tap to sleep and stuff. In the lock screen, we have the fingerprint authentication. Pocket detection is there. Charging options are there. And then we have the lock screen animation. You can choose from here, and show on AOD option is there. Then we have all these options, but let me tell you, there is no option to actually have the fingerprint scanner or the FOD animations over here as of right now. So that's how it is. There is no fingerprint scanner animation. That is just like weird to see after seeing these many customization. And also there is no like always unlock with the fingerprint scanner or something as of right now over here. In the user interface, we have the dual status bar row option. Then we have the custom status bar height, and we have smart pixel and the animation customization. And inside theming, we have the random colors, then the accent preset and the RGB accent picker. You can like change from here, of course, as you can see, plethora of like colors, whatever you can choose over here. And we have the enable blurs option, then the dark theme is there, and there are the headline and body fonts of the UI. And as you can see, too much fonts are there, so pretty much everything you can customize again. Status bar icon you can change, then the UI style is there, and as you can see, you can change the UI style. And of course there is the volume panel changing option too, and by default this is how the volume panel looks like. And in my opinion, the volume panel just looks too sweet over here. As you can see, looks very beautiful in my opinion. You can change the alarm volume, notification volume, etc. You can put the phone into vibrate or silent. And of course you have the media control of this, like media volume control I mean. So yeah, very cute volume panel in my opinion. And we have the switch style. This is the toggle style in the settings. You can change that. Let me go back. We have the navigation buttons, and here we have the swipe to take screenshot. Of course that is working fine, no issues. And there is also the scrolling option, and the scrolling option sometimes does not work, so that's normal. And we have the double tap to sleep over here, and we have the system gestures, and you can choose whatever you want from here. As you can see, there is the left edge right edge customization. Also there is the gesture bar length customization from here, and we have haptic feedback and stuff. So yeah, a lot of options. And again, let me go back. We have the pixel animation, nav bar style changing option, and we have the nav bar options. This is for like the 2 and 3 button navigation. And inside gestures, we have the quickly open camera and stuff. And here we have the Misc settings. Here we have the gaming mode, and from here you can enable or access the gaming mode, but from the quick toggles it's a little buggy. And wake up on plug you can disable. Then we have the enable free from Windows, some kind of feature, and the default USB configuration you can change from here. Let me go back. We have the allow signature spoofing, then the dashboard condition and stuff. Now inside power buttons, we have the power menu, then the end call, screen of power button toggle torch is there, and we have the power menu animation changing option. Then we have the advanced restart, of course, then the max actions and stuff is there. But here, as you can see, sensitive content is enabled right now, but I would say in the power menu, as you can see, there is no option to actually see the like Google smart home kind of features. They just do not appear in the power menu for some reason. But again, if you tap on restart, as you can see, there is a directly rebooting option to recovery or fast boot from here, or you can just reboot the system. So that was it about the customizations, and I am tired, dude. Too much customizations. Let me switch to the battery settings, and here is how it looks like. And here, if you scroll down, we have the screen on time, then the battery temperature appears over here, and there is the design battery capacity, the current battery capacity, and the charging cycles as well. And here we have the advanced battery saving kind of thing, and we have smart charging, then the battery saver and performance kind of thing, and we have adaptive battery option, thermal profiles, a lot of things. And if you tap here, you see the full battery usage. And if you want to know about the battery life, here are some screenshots. The battery life is great. You can get like 6 to 7 hours of screen on time on this ROM easily. And the 18-watt fast charging is of course working flawlessly, no issues with that. Inside display settings, this is how it looks like. We have these kind of animations on top, and we have the brightness level, night light option. And let me go back. We have the adaptive or auto brightness. Then we have the screen timeout option, and we have the lock screen timeout too. Then if I go back, we have the rotation settings, and also we have the 180-degree rotation and stuff if you want to enable those. Inside live display, we have these color calibration option, and the picture adjustments are there. Let me go back. We have the styles and wallpapers, and from here you can create a custom theme from here if you want to, and there are the wallpaper options, and this is the default wallpaper again that you get. Let me go back. We have the grid option, and here we get up to 6x6. We have the color set to boosted by default, and we have the font size, display size, and the DPI changing option. And if you scroll down, we have the double tap to wake option, then the prevent accidental wake up, and the anti-flicker or the DC-dimming mode is also there. And I would say yes, I have been using it with the DC-dimming mode, and with that the brightness just goes bonkers as you're noticing again. But if you use the ROM without DC-dimming, it's like a little bit normal, but still I can see some flickering, and that problem still happens with like whenever there is a fingerprint scanner involved kind of thing. Like if you're opening an app, as you can see, which is locked, the brightness again just goes like too much. Let me go back. We have the sound settings, and from here we have the Mi audio DAC, and here you have the youth edition and stuff. And I would say the sound quality via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well is great, no issues with that. And we have the hi-fi audio preset over here. Then we have all these preset options for the Mi audio DAC. Sound quality is great, no issues. And we have these kind of settings, the normal stuff over here, and phone ringtone and stuff you can change, of course. Touch vibration, dial pad tone, screenshot sound you can disable over here. And then we have the security option, and here we get the fingerprints and the face unlocks. Let me set up the face unlock right now. The setup of the face unlock is done. Let me just double tap over here, and right now let's just double tap to wake. And as you can see right now, it unlocks right away. Pretty cool. As you can see, as soon as I double tap on the screen, and it wakes up the device and just pops out the front camera, detects my face and unlocks. And that is the unlocking speed over here with the face unlock. And again, the fingerprint scanner is fast and snappy, reliable over here. Only issue is that brightness. Now let me show you some other stuff. Now here I have a mixed feeling with this, that the SafetyNet test actually shows failed over here, but I have tested with the SBI card app, also the Google Pay. I would say that those two apps are working fine, but the CTS profile match says failed. Otherwise the banking apps are actually working over here. Talking about the DRM info, well, this is a MIUI vendor based ROM, so if you have not broken your DRM certification, it should be fine for you. I have broken mine, that is why it is L3 now. And if you want to know about the performance of this ROM, I would say in terms of the performance, it's great performer, no issues whatsoever. And here are the end-to-end Geekbench score. You can figure out this ROM is a great performer in my opinion. And in terms of daily driving, it should be totally fine, no issues with the like performance, or I did not see any hiccups or something. But sometimes the screen just goes black, then it comes up like it's a system UI 4 stop or something. So yeah, that happens. Like that happened to me at least 3 to 4 times. But other than that, I haven't seen any kind of weird issues. So ZenX OS right now, I would say if you ignore the brightness kind of issue, and there is no fingerprint scanner animation over here, that is one con when compared to other ROMs. Other than those two things, this ROM is just insanely good because it comes with so many things and it offers so many features with like always on displays animations, the ANX camera and the Google camera as well. Everything is like just like a buttery experience over here, and I have had no issues whatsoever with the features of this ROM. The features like offered with this ROM is just too much. And this is how the stock dialer looks like, and of course pixel dialer, and of course you can increase or decrease volume from here, but again there is no call recording option over here. VoLTE calls and VO Wi-Fi should be working fine here, no issues. And by the way, this is how the recent panel looks like, and it's smooth enough. And here as you can see, there is a share option, the screenshot option, and the clear all option, so you can clear all of them from here. So thank you so much for watching this video guys. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel down there if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.